Man, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tyrone Hunter, back with another edition of What's Really Good Entertainment. You know my motto, I'm not going to hold you, so we're going to get right into the video. The title for this video is, I stopped smoking cigarettes 77 days ago after smoking for 31 years. And I'm going to let y'all know how I feel. So, if you're somebody who's been on your journey and you wanted to stop smoking cigarettes, or you trying to understand the effects that smoking have on the body, make sure you stay to the end of the video because I'm going to break it on down. And hopefully this information that I share with you could help some of y'all out in y'all journey to stop smoking cigarettes. And you could check my first video that I did on this same subject, how I stopped smoking cigarettes after 31 years. That's right. I stopped smoking cigarettes for I stopped smoking cigarettes after 31 years. And if you've been rocking with my channel, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. If you just checking in with the channel for the first time, I appreciate you as well. You know, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Sit down, get comfortable. I talk about a lot of different topics in the hopes of motivating and encouraging somebody else. And at the end of the day, just be trying to find out what's really good. So, with that being said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have something that, you know, it's going to interest you. But until that time, we're going to get right into this. So, now, first and foremost, and this is something that I covered in the last video, why it is that I started smoking, or how did I come to start smoking. Okay, so the first time I ever smoked in my life, I was about, I want to say 8 years old, maybe 7, 8 years old. So they used to have a thing called a jam back in the days. Now, if you don't know what a jam is when you have DJs, they'll set up their music equipment, right? Smack dab in the middle of the hood. They'll set up speakers, you know. They set up their speakers, they set up their turntables, you know, they make a little barrier around them with the ropes, you know, so that all of their equipment and their records and stuff could be behind there. And they take the cord and they plug it into the light post in the hood, or they plug it into somebody's window to get that free electricity, and they play music. Back then, the music that I was listening to was Eric B. and Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, who else was out at the KRS-One? Most of the jams, KRS-One was going crazy. BDP, you know, that kind of music right there, like that 80s kind of music. Now, I'm pretty sure I didn't name all of the artists that was out around that time, but that's how it was. So just imagine how you see a crowd of people at a basketball game, an outside basketball game. Well, that's how a jam used to look. It was like a crowd of people, you know, that they all come once they hear the sound of that music. And because my mother and my aunt, they used to send me to the store to get cigarettes from them, a Lucy. So a Lucy is like one cigarette. And so I guess that many times it's hard. You know, I used to get sent to the store for 1 cigarette or 2 cigarettes. And, you know, the first couple of times I went to the store to get cigarettes for my mother or my aunt, the man in the store was like, no, I can't sell you cigarettes. So then they would have to call my house. Hey, you sent them to the store to get cigarettes? Yeah. Or sometime my mother or my aunt, they went with me to the store and be like, look, this is my son. If I send him to the store for cigarettes, then, you know, pretty much is good. So I had this relationship with the store owners or whoever worked in the store, that if I come to buy cigarettes, I'm coming to buy it for, you know, my mother or my aunt. And then you had other, you know, kids just like me, you know, a couple of my friends that they parents drunk beer. So it was kind of the same. It was kind of the same thing, you know, in that it went through the introduction thing where, you know, the kid's parents told him, look, this is my kid. If I send him to the store for this beer, then, you feel what I'm saying, they good to get the beer. So I can't remember if this happened on this particular day, but what I do know is how we started smoking was I went to the store and, utilized that hookup that I had to be able to get a Lucy cigarette for my mother. I think it was a cigarette was like 5 cents or 10 cents back then. 10 cents. Gave him the 10 cents, got the cigarette. Then one of my other friends, he used his, connection that he was coming to buy, he was buying beer for his mother or his father, and they let him get the beer. So we did this because back then in the 80s growing up, it's like people used to smoke right in front of the kids. They used to drink right in front of the kids. They used to drink wine coolers and pretty much pass them to us and be like, yo, go ahead, drink that. And then watch us get a little buzz and be acting stupid like we'll be their entertainment. Same thing as with, smoking weed, marijuana, loud, pill, whatever y'all want to call it, gas, whatever you want to call it. But back then it was called weed. And I remember, I was like around 8 years old, and my aunt was like, take a pull of it. And I took a pull of it, and I was higher than so because we were young, we were 7, 8, 9 years old, and we was outside at the jam, you had older dudes out there smoking and drinking, and the girls was attracted to them. Then you also had, the big time drug dealers, they come through with all their jewelry and, that kind of thing. So for us kids, it was just like our way of having our own party and our own celebration and doing our own thing when the jam was going on, trying to act like we was hip and cool. So make a long story short, I had got the cigarettes. One of my boys had got the beer. We had went to my friend building, and we were just sitting on the steps, all took a couple of pulls of the cigarettes. Didn't even really know how to smoke, didn't even know how to inhale or exhale. Then we took a couple of sips of the beer, and we went outside to the gym. We was acting like we was drunk and we was high, running around playing tag, listening to the music, smacking girls on the behind and running, just a little kid thing. So that was my introduction to like cigarettes and smoking. It was in my household, and it was like we was kind of encouraged, or your parents, they leave cigarettes in the ashtray. Us little bad ghetto kids, we take the cigarette butt out the ashtray and take a couple of pulls, just the curiosity as to what it would do. And then I remember a time where I was a couple of years older, and I used to always see a Newport truck. A Newport truck was a little van that used to drive through the hood, and it had the Newport cigarette logo on it and the Newport name. And they literally used to give out free packs of cigarettes. It was like the pack was, it was a little skinny pack of cigarettes. I can't remember how many it had, and if it was 5, if it was 10, but they was giving everybody in the hood free cigarettes. And I used to be like, why are they giving out free cigarettes? But back then, cigarettes was cheap. Like a Lucy was like 10 cents. A pack of cigarettes was like 80 cents, or something like that. But they used to give out cigarettes free. Now, was they giving out cigarettes free because they was intentionally trying to get people addicted to, nicotine and cigarettes? Or did they do it because it was so many other brands of cigarettes out there that they felt, okay, giving away Newports for free, that more people would smoke Newports than other cigarettes? And I kind of think I would have to go with that one, because in terms of black people or people from the hood, everybody smoked Newports. So I think it kind of got a lot to do with that. So, as I told y'all in the last video, and if you want to check the last video, man, go back and check that out, because I was a little bit more informative. I was smoking for 31 years. I officially started smoking regularly like back in 1993. And I stopped smoking just recently, December 18th, which was 2023. So that was today makes about 77 days that I haven't been smoking after 31 years. I did a cold turkey. And this is the best that I've felt in a long time. I could breathe without no problem. I've noticed that now when I'm working out, I have a little bit more energy. Yesterday I went for, a long walk. I wasn't winded. I started developing a smoker's cough just out of nowhere. I'm just and people looking at me like I got COVID and things of that nature. So overall, I feel 1,000 times better than I felt when I was smoking. My breath don't, smell like dry cigarettes. My mouth is not as dry like cotton as it usually be. My skin is clearing up. I realize I put on a couple of pounds. And again, if you want to know a little bit more information about that, you could go to the previous video that I did on me stop smoking after 31 years of smoking. But the reason why I came up with this video, and this is just an update, because a couple of people pretty much drop comments in there that, they appreciate the motivation. They want to stop smoking, or they did stop smoking. And, I gave them a little bit of advice. One of the things I told them to search the effects that smoking have on the body. So what I want to do is take this time to read off some of the effects that smoking have on the body, in the hopes that it encourage some of y'all to make some lifestyle changes and decisions. So one of the things that smoking causes, it causes cancer. Of course, if you know anything about cancer, you got to go to chemotherapy, you lose your hair, you start losing weight. A lot of people that do that chemotherapy, it destroy other body organs. Some people come out of that chemotherapy not the same. Cancer is a very painful process. Don't wish it on anybody. So if you could avoid it, man, by all means, make sure you try to avoid it. So it causes cancer. It causes heart disease. It causes strokes. It causes lung disease. It causes diabetes. It causes chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Okay, so obstructive pulmonary disease, what that means is your pulmonary is arteries, right? Which is in your body. So if you look, you see like you got veins and stuff. Okay, so pulmonaries is arteries that oxygen actually flow through. And with oxygen is like air. I mean, not to get in all of the technical terms and all that, but let's just say that your blood needs to flow properly, throughout your body. So that's called circulation, right? Now, pulmonary would be more so like oxygen, because oxygen flows through your body as well. And your body need oxygen to breathe. Thus, trees outside, it give off oxygen. That's what allow us to breathe. That's what allow us to inhale clean air and exhale clean air. So pulmonary disease is like when those arteries are blocked off, when be it blood or oxygen can't freely flow, then that can lead to that can lead to a stroke, and so many other different elements. I'm not a doctor, so if y'all want the official definition, know all of this stuff, then y'all could do y'all due diligence. Emphysema, chronic bronchitis. It also increases blood pressure, heart rate, flow of blood to the heart, and a narrowing of arteries. Again, it causes skin discoloration. It rots your teeth out. It does a whole lot of things, and it has a whole lot of other effects. And they also say it affects fertility. What fertility means is your ability to be able to have kids. That's what fertility is. So it kind of, damages a man's sperm cells. So in this way, he gonna be shooting blanks. Just imagine like you got a gun and it shoot and no bullet come out. Right. So those are some of the things that smoking does to the body. And I know a lot of y'all, may be struggling with nicotine, meaning smoking cigarettes. Some of y'all think that moving on to the vapes is the better alternative. but smoking in general is just not good for you. And I read off some of the effects that smoking have on you. You can go and research it yourself and then ask yourself, you smoking cigarettes, is it worth all of these different things that it causes to your body? And then also ask yourself, do it make sense for you to pay to kill yourself? Now, that doesn't mean you're going to die like you've been smoking cigarettes for 2 days, 3 days, 6 months, a year, because you got people that catch cancer that never smoked a day in their life, but stopping smoking is definitely a good thing. I'm glad I did it. Hopefully I can encourage other people to do it. I feel good. I feel great. My skin is shining. And if you look at I'm 47 years old. So if you look at my skin is like very clear. I don't use no soap on my face. I clean my face with just water. Hot water and cold water. I use hot water to open my pores, clear that out. So I'll do that a few times, hot water. Then I'll use cold water to clear. I'll use cold water to, close my pores. Then I'll use the hot water, use a steam rag, but I don't use no soap. I don't use no chemicals or nothing on my face because I really got sensitive skin. So most things I was putting on my face throughout the years, it was breaking my face out. Every once in a while, I'll do a mask, which is, something that you put on your face and then it dries out. And what it does is it takes all of the dirt from underneath your skin and it brings it to the surface. So when you wash your face, pretty much you washing all of that dirt, all of that gook that's in your pores. So I do that once in a while. But yeah, this is just pretty much a little update on, my journey of not smoking. Today is day 77. Congratulations to me, even if you're not going to clap for me, because I was smoking for 31 years. It was one of the hardest things I ever did. It was many times that I definitely wanted to quit, but I always found an excuse to go back. I still get the urge to smoke, I get frustrated. I noticed that ever since I stopped smoking, like I be a little moody, nothing too crazy, but for the most part, yeah, I feel good. Glad that I stopped smoking. And again, if y'all want some more information on why I stopped smoking, you can look at the other video. So this is day 77. I'm going to continue to do updates to let you know of my progress, and hopefully I can be of encouragement to somebody out there who wants to stop smoking. I want to say thank you to my mother, to my aunt, to the adults and to the peer pressure that got me smoking in the first place. Y'all dead wrong. Y'all bad people. But it's all good because it was ultimately my choice, to pick up the cigarettes. But it was something that I learned. And, there's a lot of other people like me that they start smoking for, similar circumstances. But, man, the quicker you give up the cigarettes, the better you're going to feel. And, it could potentially help you live a little bit longer. But that's all up to you. Some people going to continue to smoke. Some people not. Me, it's one of the best decisions that I ever made. And it could be one of the best decisions that you ever made. So, anybody that may have beat breast cancer, or beat any other form of cancer, be it related to cigarettes or not, just want to say congratulations to you. For anybody that's out there that's smoking and want to stop smoking and been looking for all of these different ways to stop smoking, be and feel encouraged. I stopped smoking after 31 years. So if I could stop smoking, you could stop smoking. Anybody could stop smoking. Just continue to stay at it until you accomplish that goal. If you have anything you want to add to the video, any questions, any comments, any concerns, any feedback, or what have you, man, put it in the comment section. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. Continue to rock with me. I'm going to continue to bring videos with information. Hopefully that can assist you or be of motivation to you. My name is Tyrone Hunter. This is What's Really Good Entertainment. And Stop Smoking is what's really good. Because you can see my face, 47 years old. I'm looking, skin looking baby smooth. You did. But I'm out of here. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. Support your boy. Continue to support the channel. Support the movement. Go.